Hello and thank you for joining us on the Tuesday edition of Journalist Hangout. I'm Benga Oreshegun. Today on the program, hardship deepens over Middle East war as petrol sells at 1,300 naira per litre. Wike's PDP faction ready for greater judicial tussle as Turaki's faction rejects appeal court judgment, heads to Supreme Court. And later on the show, first indigenous Super Eagles coach Adegbue Onigbide dies at the age of 88. I'll be hanging out with Babajide Kolade Otitoju and Olabisi Deji Folutile, while Musba Razak joins us later for sports. Journalist Hangout starts right now. Now that the world has become a global village where issues in one part triggers ripple effects in another is made more apparent with the war in the Middle East. The surge in global crude oil prices at about $110 per barrel occasioned by the tensions in the Middle East is deepening economic hardship in Nigeria. In response, marketers raised the price of premium motor spirits, popularly called Petrol, from 1,050 naira to 1,300 naira per litre. This represents a 24% increase. Petroleum marketers explained that the hike is due to higher landing costs of imported fuel. As a result, transportation fares have sharply increased to more than 100% in some areas, getting every Nigerian worried. Now let's hear from some Nigerians in Lagos with Theophilus Elama as our guide.
Over the course of the week, fuel price had gone up from over 800 naira to now over 1,000 naira. Many fuel stations are selling at about 1,055 naira to 1,060 naira. Well, it has been said that the price might go up to about 1,200 naira to 1,500 naira in the coming weeks. So today, we've gone to the streets to examine the mindset of Nigerians and to see how much they understand the cause of this increment.
Our point of call was a newspaper stand as Nigerians debated the possible cause of the increment. The reactions to this increment are palpable, with many questioning its rationale. But the question is, do Nigerians understand the cause of the rise?
This morning I hear for news, this morning say per litre 1,002. Why? If you increase petrol, house you go increase, food you go increase. Everything they use now, everything they increase, everything don't tire everybody.
For me, I don't know the causes of it, but all I believe is everybody just doing his or her own government.
The war between Iran and the United States have been identified as the cause of the increment, which has taken a toll on everyone, both locally and internationally. The impact on transportation is evident, with fares increasing by 50 to 100% in some areas. In Lagos, commuters now pay up to 1,400 naira for a trip that previously cost 500 naira.
Look at the effect of Iran on other people now, because America is fighting Iran. Iran has sent shots to Saudi Arabia, Yemen, and some other people, which actually will hurt them to some extent to stop producing, to see what might actually happen next. So you expect that one to affect the output of nation producing fuel. You understand? Now, they will not just stop a bit. They want to consider how much they will be selling in respect of the prevailing situation.
What will concern Iran and Nigeria? We are very different from, we white people? We are Africans. Iranians are white people. So nothing concerns Nigerians with Iran. You understand? So I think anybody that injecting that it is because of the Iran war and America or whatever that is causing fuel to high is an irrelevant issue to that person now. You just want to use it to rob people. Iran, they have their own fuel. Didn't we have fuel in Nigeria? We have our own fuel.
In our movement across parts of Lagos, we noticed fewer cars at each fuel station visited. In trying to talk to buyers there, we were told to get the permission of the headquarters before that can be done. Theophilus Elama, TVC News, Lagos.
Biko, it's a very, very serious matter. And you heard one of the respondents there. What's our business with Iran? But with Nigeria refining locally, why is it that petrol prices still highly sensitive to global price shocks?
Yeah, because the price, crude oil price, is not even determined locally. It is the global price that everyone lives by. So when you look at the pricing template, you already know how much they are selling our own Bonnet Light,
Bonnet Light,
which is even the most expensive in the world. Our crude oil is the purest and the most expensive in the world. That's why they call it
the Lamborghini of crude
of the industry.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's even up to like $7 or higher
than
some of the other variants from UAE and other places, even Texas.
Yes.
So it is denominated in foreign currency, dollars, and the price is globally acknowledged, globally accepted. So it's not like other products that on our own we can just determine that, okay, this is how much it is. So global stakeholders are involved. OPEC, we belong to OPEC, which also has its own way of trying to moderate prices by ensuring that there is not too much production, so that prices can be stable and largely equitable. So this is the situation that we find ourselves. I was happy today, as I was preparing for this meeting, to hear that Dangote has reduced the gantry price by 100 naira. So that is for petrol. It has also reduced the gantry price for diesel by 90 naira. So by I think 190 or so, because the price was originally for diesel 1,620. 620 per liter, but it's now down to 1,430. So now petrol is now 1,070.
1,070. From 1,170.
From 1,171.
170.
So it's I just pray that this situation that I pray that reason prevails and these people stop fighting, because as we see, it's a global society that we live in, so we are also affected. There's no way we won't be affected. It's not Nigeria alone. I was reading about queues already getting long in some parts of UK, you know, because of Iran not allowing vessels to use the Strait of Hormuz, where at least 20% of global oil supplies pass through. So, but Trump is warning them now that if they continue to block that strategic route, that he may be forced to step in, so that there will be no disruption to oil supply across the world. So hopefully it won't go on like this. Reason will prevail. There will be a ceasefire, because the whole world is going to suffer if this thing continues. Many countries will be pushed into recession, because we just can't continue like this.
We can't continue.
You can imagine buying diesel at 1,020 naira a few weeks back, only to be made to buy the same product at 1,400 and 1,620.
Yes.
Look at the difference. It's massive. People can't cope. I said it that Nigeria will make money as a country, but the ordinary people
will suffer.
Inflation will get worse when where prices go up.
So that inflation will not get worse, Nigerians are actually suffering. What do you think the government can do to cushion the effects of this?
Yeah, like you rightly explained, it's an international thing. And if this persists, because Dangote, in fact, is our saving grace now.
Yes.
Because we are getting it here. Other countries are not getting enough. That's why the good news for us is that there are no queues in our filling stations. Or the situation will have been worse if Dangote, if we don't have a local refinery that can give us almost enough for consumption.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if situation continues like this, because if it continues, Dangote may not be able to slash prices. The only option that will be available will be probably for government to grant some kind of concession for Dangote, probably for the period within which the war persists. And that concession could be like, because Dangote is buying from Nigeria, even though it's buying
from other places, yeah.
No, even the one is buying from Nigeria is buying at the international market price.
Okay.
Even though Nigeria is even doing crude for naira,
naira for crude,
or naira for crude, it's still paying the equivalent.
Dollar equivalent.
Yes, in dollars. So it's whether you like it or not, it's at international market price. Besides, not just the crude, we talk about shipping insurance. We also talk about freight and all of those things. And he has to pay at the international market price. So if it persists, it means that even if Dangote wants to be a good
magnanimous,
he wants to be, he wants to help his country people, there is a limit to which he can do that if this war continues. But I have also good news, because President Trump has also said that he's going to withdraw some of the sanctions on some countries because of this oil issue. So, like sanctions, he keeps doling out sanctions to different people. So, he said because to mitigate the effects of the high crude price, that is going to withdraw some sanctions, and that will bring the price of crude down. To show you how important this energy crisis is, he already knows. Then he also said that the war is not going to last as long as it had envisaged.
I'm not sure we can predict when that war is going to last. He also said
that to him, well, he's also talking about war. He's also saying his own thing. And sometimes when you speak in war, you speak about your power. Some of those powers may be there, some may be exaggerated. But according to him, Iran does not have communication power. Iran does not have naval power. And America has already dealt with his air power. So because of that, he thinks that the war may not last as long as once predicted. So.
All right, gentlemen, I just hope reason will prevail. Moving straight to our